Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SciSysTech. In the last video, we understood the data types in R and the basics of R. In today's video, we will be decoding some of the R packages. Here, decode means interpret and analyze. We have divided the decoding process into 3 steps. Step 1, we will understand how to load data into R. In the step 2 and 3, we will be understanding some of the functions of dplyr and apply. Before we start the decoding process, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Now, let me share my screen and walk you through the process of how to load data into R. Storing data into Excel file for analysis and interpretation is the most common practice in industry. To load Excel file into R, we have to install XLSX package in R. I have pre-installed the XLSX package using this command. Please always ensure dependencies as true for all the package installation. This will install all the dependency packages. In line 17, we are loading XLSX package into RAM. Observe, Superstore data contains 296 observation and 2 columns. As read and write functions of the CSV are in a base package, we can load and write data directly. Here in line 28, we are loading insurance data into R. CSV file contains 36,634 rows and 18 columns. In line 34, we are writing data from R to drive. Here you can observe the CSV data file written to drive. In line 41, we are loading the tab separated data txt file which is present in the input data folder into R. As we execute the command, we can observe the data loaded into the R with 72 observation and 3 variables. We have save image function in R which helps us to save environment data onto drive. In line 52, I am removing all the data frames from environment. Similarly, we have a load function which helps us to load previously saved image files from drive. After execution of line number 55, we can observe all the data frames loaded back into R. If we are loading structured data from relational database, the RODBC package helps us to perform this operation. Here we are providing details like data source name, username and password for connection authentication. Select query helps us to query and extract the data from the database. In line 74, we are closing all the connections created to the database. These are some of the basic operations in data loading from drive into R. Now let us start decoding dplyr function. We have function called arrange in dplyr. This helps us to reorder the rows of the data frame. Now what does reordering means? Reordering means rearranging in ascending or descending order. Example, if you have an attribute with the numbers 1 to 10, then you can arrange them in ascending order from 1 to 10 or descending order from 10 to 1. Ascending but descending. Similarly, we have a function called filter. Filter extracts rows from the data frame based on logical condition. Consider you want to subset the data below number 50. Then filter helps you to subset all the rows with numbers below 50. The select function subsets the columns of the data frame. Here, if you want to subset columns from 1 to 10 from a data set, then you can utilize select as a function.
Mutate adds new variable or a column or transform existing variables. Example, you want to multiply the salaries with 1000 and create a new attribute. That can be done using mutate. Rename means you can change the column names. Group. Group by is a function which groups one or more variables by some levels in the attribute. Example, if you want to group rainy day and a sunny day with all the attributes, you can utilize group function. Similarly, summarize. Summarize generates summary stats of different variables in a data frame. Example, the summary can be utilized to understand the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, mean, median, mode, etc. These are some of the functions of dplyr. Now let me share my screen and walk you through the practical applications in RStudio.
Now let us understand some of the functions of dplyr package. Before we dig deep dive into our dplyr functions, let us understand some of the built-in datasets present in R. We have numerous built-in datasets into R. Example, cars. The information of the dataset in help, like when the data was retrieved or extracted, attribute descriptions, and so on. Attach function helps us to attach the data to workspace. In line 18, we are saving empty cars data into new variable cars data. We can observe the first and the last 6 rows using head and tail functions of empty cars data. In line 28, I am loading the dplyr package into RAM. Gear attribute of cars data contain 3 unique values 4, 3 and 5. In line 34 and 35, we are arranging data in ascending and descending order using gear attribute. As we can observe the data from head and tail functions, the gear attribute is arranged from 3 to 5. In line 43, gear attribute is filtered with the level as 3. We can observe same with the unique function on attribute. Names function provides us all the 11 attribute names of the data frame. In line 54, we are selecting first 3 attributes of the data frame. The first 3 attributes of the data frame are MPG, CYL and DISP. Mutate function is creating CYL2 and CYL4 by multiplication in line 61. Similarly, in line 62, we are removing MPG attribute and modifying DISP attribute with the multiplication factor. Line 64 and 65 provides us the brief description of mutate function. Function rename is helping us to rename CYL and DISP with cylinder and display. we are creating group of data with respect to cylinder in line 81. You can observe the group of data in the data frame with respect to cylinder. As we have grouped the data with respect to cylinder, we can observe the summary, that is mean and standard deviation of the display and gear attributes. These are some of the practical applications of dplyr function.
Apply functions are the looping techniques in R which minimizes execution time. Now let us decode some of the apply functions. Apply. It returns a vector of values which is obtained by applying a function to a rows or columns. If you consider margin as 1, then the function is applied to rows, and if you take margin as 2, then the function is applied to columns. By. By is another apply function which performs actions on data frame. It splits the data frame by rows and applies the function on each subset of the rows. eApply. eApply is a function which applies on the named entities of environment and returns the values as list. eApply applies the function on the named entities of environment and returns as a list. lapply, it applies the function on the each element of the list and returns a list of same length. mapply, it applies function to the first element, second element, third element, and so on. Similarly, tapply, it applies the function to the atomic vectors by other attribute index levels. As we have understood the theoretical approach of apply functions, now let me share my screen and walk you through the practical approaches through RStudio.
Let us decode different functions of apply in RStudio. In line 14, we are creating a matrix of 10 rows and 2 columns. In line 17, as the margin chosen is 1, we are calculating mean of the matrix by rows. Similarly, in line 20, we are choosing margin as 2, that is, we are calculating mean of the matrix by columns. If we choose margin as both, then the function is applied to all the values of the matrix as shown in line 23. 28 and 29, we are attaching iris data to workspace. Here, by function is calculating mean of the first 4 variables grouped by species. In line 37, we are creating new environment as E with 2 variables as A and B. eApply is helping us to generate mean of the variables A and B as observed in line number 44. Here we are creating list L with 2 elements. In line 52 and 55, we are generating the mean and the sum of the list L. The mean of the list L for A is 5.5 and for B is 15.5. Similarly, the sum of the elements are 55 and 155 for A and B, as we can observe in console. In line 60 and 61, we are creating 2 lists L1 and L2. Here, in line 64, mapply is performing the action of summation to all the corresponding elements of L1 and L2. That is, summation of all the first values of L1 and L2 is 64, and so on. In line 69, we are attaching the iris data to the workspace. In line 72, we are calculating mean of the petal length by species. Here, mean of the petal lengths are 1.462, 4.260 and 5.552 for the species level Setosa, versicolor and virginica. These are some of the practical applications of apply function.
If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe my channel. Thank you.